What's up guys, welcome to the Chess Giant. This is Solomon Riddell, and in today's video we're going to be covering one of my favorite Ponziani opening traps in which we promote to a knight at move 11 in the game. Yes guys, there is opening theory in which we're not going to promote to a queen, but a knight effectively winning the game. The Ponziani itself starts off with e4, and against e5, we're now going to play knight f3, naturally developing our minor piece and attacking the centralized pawn on e5. And following knight c6, there's now a very rare but underrated and honestly strong chess opening choice with c3, the Ponziani opening, looking to help prepare a d4 push. And here the most popular option at the master and grandmaster level for black is knight f6. Attacking the pawn on e4, but we're not going to play a passive move like bishop d3 or d3 or even queen e2 or queen c2, but the extremely aggressive d4, fighting for the center of the board, allowing black to simply take that pawn, in which case we're now going to play d5, and the whole point is we're now attacking the c6 knight, and no matter where the knight goes, we're going to capture that e5 pawn. Now here I think the best move for black is probably knight g6, but even against this move, there's a fun trap in which we can win the game in 7 more moves, checkmating the opponent's king on c5. But the move that I see the most playing against expert and master level competition is d6. I mean, this knight on e5 is simply annoying, attacking 8 squares, and it's very active. So why not play a move like d6 and try to get rid of it? Well, as good as this move looks, it's actually a huge mistake because we now have bishop b5 check, attacking the king on e8. If bishop d7, we're simply going to take that bishop off the board, take the queen, and we have ourselves a 1 game. So usually you're going to see the move c6, in which we're now going to take back with the d-pawn. Now here black has a few different options. I mean, what if black just takes the knight on e5? Well, this doesn't work because we're going to take the pawn on b7, checking the king on e8, followed by making a second queen, and we're simply going to win that one within probably 5 to 10 moves. What about the move b takes c6, simply taking the pawn? Well, now we're going to play knight takes c6, and if knight takes c6 again, we're going to take back with the bishop, attacking the king, the rook, and the knight. So I actually think that black's best option is queen b6, in which case we can now play knight d4, and following bishop d7, take that bishop off the board, continue with castling kingside. Here we're simply up a pawn, and the king is extremely vulnerable on d7. Here we simply have a 1 game, and I love white's attacking chances. So d takes e5 doesn't work, neither does taking the pawn. What about queen b6? Well, against this very interesting queen b6 move, attacking both the pawn and the bishop, we're simply going to take that pawn on b7 with check. And following the move king d8, we could take the rook on a8, making a second queen, but the whole point of queen b6 was queen takes f2. Here, if we make a second queen, we're going to lose the game at move 9 with queen takes f2, and we could simply stop the threat with a move like castling kingside, but here white has a much better line with knight takes f7 check, forking the king on d8 and the rook on h8. And here king d7 or king e8 can't be played because our light squared bishop slices down on the a4 e8 diagonal, taking away those options. And following king c7, again we could make a queen on a8, but we would lose the game. So here we're going to promote to, yes, a knight, forking the king on c7 and the queen on b6. And here after a move like king b7, we're going to snatch that queen off the board, snatch the rook off the board, and following king takes b5, play queen d3, attacking both the king and the knight on e4. If king c6, we're simply going to take that knight, and it goes without saying that white has a simply 1 game here. We're actually ahead 2 pawns, 2 rooks, and a queen. This is more than resignable for black. If you'd like to learn another fun Ponziani opening trap in which we checkmate the opponent in 13 moves, click the video to the left. If you'd like to learn more about the Ponziani opening theory in general, click the playlist to the right. Leave a comment to let me know what other videos you'd like to see covered on this channel. And as always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.